Olympics in informatics, and that's why I got a scholarship to university, invited to different ones. I have a bachelor and master degree in system and engineering, and after graduating at the university, I went to work in a huge successful IT company. I grew there from the intern to a lead of department. So later on in 2015, I decided to create my own company and travel the world. The idea was to work wherever you want, but you had to deliver the greatest product and provide an amazing service. And it worked. So now we have a team of 25 amazing, happy developers, programmers, designers, testers, managers, working all over the world. Right now, I'm in Mexico, so this is really great. And which services we offer? Main focus is on web development. So we do with some easy websites using some content management systems as WordPress and Shopify, or we do projects from zero. So you come to us only with an idea, and we do all market research, branding, design, programming, testing, apps, social media management, SEO, etc. Even photo and video services, you know that these digital nomads love to take photos and edit videos. So this was basically introducing the company and who am I. And let's start with this webinar. We will discuss the whole process from the beginning to the end of how to talk to buyers, which info to ask, how to help buyers to give you an information you need, and what to tell to avoid the knowledge gap to be a great seller. Not just trying to sell something, but to give the customers what they need. Also, how to manage orders, which tools to use, and how to deliver the project so the buyers come back to you with the new ideas, suggest you to their friends, and to keep this relation between customer and buyer. So the first topic is, how do we set expectations with our customers? As you can see in this image, not always the expectations is how the reality is, and customers have their budget, the timing. So you need to be clear with the clients of what will you deliver with the inputs the client give to you. Why this is so important? Knowing how to manage clients' expectations is the key to a project success. So it's vital to every project that you are involved with, and the communication will lead to smoother projects which will stay on track and will be executed successfully. I want to share with you some interesting information that according to a Project Management Institute, 1 out of 5 projects fail due to ineffective communications. And I want to show you the messages that I receive from clients that had bad experience previously with other developers. So this is examples, Fiverr, that I received from different clients that had really bad, disappointed experience, that the store was ruined, that the design was bad, and there sometimes people get the work that they cannot finish. So super important to deliver the quality work and get a job that you can make. So what we can do to avoid these situations from happening? everybody of you, we know this triangle of speed, quality, and cost, and that not always it's possible to keep all these three things on track. I think that yes, it's possible, and the key is the communication. So we will need to do the best quality, and we can check which scope to give to the client. Maybe we can reduce the scope to reduce the price and to make the speed as the client wants. We will discuss how to communicate, how to focus on the quality, and I have an example that one of my clients wanted a platform of exchanging an art. Huge platform where you can sell, exchange different art objects, but they didn't have a lot of money to create this idea. What did we do? We used the premium WordPress theme and customize it. So that's why with the already pre-made theme, it's super easy to do a job fast and super cheap. It's super important when you're managing the expectations that sometimes clients are not your clients yet. You will need to sell yourself and your skills. I suggest to do this, that you create your own website where you can share your portfolio, what you do. And if you're a new seller and you don't know how things work, like for example, how to create description, which price to put, I suggest to pass Fiverr course. There is super nice free course which is Be a Successful Seller, and it will help you to put all the information you need to do to get attention, to keep interest of buyers, and how to get the orders. One second. So when you are like differentiated from all the gigs in the platform, the client asks you if you can do the job. And not always the client explain everything well. As you can see on this image, explanation can be super different from what the client need. So it's super important to do the correct questions to understand the client. And in Virtu Digital, normally we have 3 layers to get information. First is pre-order information, where you focus on fundamental and relevant info, not going too deep. Like in this step, you don't need to know the colors or the logo, because it will not change the estimation or the price. You will need to know which platform the client wants, which sections, which integrations. And from this, you can know if a client, if you can finish this like job, and how much time will you need to do this. And based on the time, you can calculate the price. Here, I'm showing the phases that we have when we communicate with a client. So in the phase 1, as you can see on the first top image, this is the estimation that we calculate based on different sections of the project. And based on the hours, we calculated the price. So you can put the price, depends on your rate, of course. Can be like whatever you charge. I know sometimes it's difficult to compete with some gigs that exist in Fiverr that have $5 per creating the website. it's crazy. And when I first registered in the platform, was super difficult to, like, I didn't know what to do, because $5, how can you get the customers if they are pricing like this? But don't worry, put the price, the fair price. You're valuing your time, you're valuing your effort. So put the correct price you think it's good. And if you put nice description, if you put nice image, if you put like, if you give the quality work, you will be different and you will get a client. So don't worry about this. The next step is to get the final requirements when you will create an order. In this case, we have for website development, asking the information already with the details, with the which colors, which information, design references. For example, if the client has the links of websites that he likes and that he doesn't like, to know what not to do. If the client has hosting, credentials, domain, and if no, of course you can help, and if yes, they will share this information and you can use and start with creating the project. And if there is some additional information that client want to share. After this webinar, the Fiverr team will share some examples of different types of projects, of briefs that and questions that you can ask to buyers. And congratulations, you've got an order. And what are the next steps and how to manage the project? First of all, what I do, I'm sending the thank you message with the enthusiasm and willing to work and show this to your client. There you should recap what the order includes, clarify the workflow, process and timeline, and set expectations for communication throughout the order. What do I mean? It's when you will share the updates. Will be working during the weekends, and if there are some upcoming holidays, how like right now it will be New Year and Christmas. So this can result in unresponsiveness. Since you're valuing your time and you want to be comfortable and happy working, let your customer know what are your working hours and when you can be contacted. You need to manage well your work-life balance. So let's discuss the communication during the project, how often to make updates, which tools to use, and how to fix some problems that can happen during the project. So Fiverr provides tools you need to communicate effectively with your customers. It's quick responses, it's custom offers, it's the messaging system. And I suggest you communicate to clients through Fiverr messaging and orders. This way you will be protected from any type of fraud. You will keep integrity of your business. Why this is important? Like while working before, like long time ago when I started the company, we had some problems with the clients that didn't want to pay or whatever, not in Fiverr. And I feel like it was not that nice. So in Fiverr, everything in the messaging is documented. So in any case, you can be paid, or like it's super nice how they manage the troubleshooting if it happens. And when you talk to buyers, Be friendly, be respectful, be responsive. It's more likely you will get tips, we will talk about this later, and the new orders from the same buyers if you are nice. How often to make an update? Remember that you're an expert and the buyer trusts your expertise. So don't forget to do an update. So this way you will be sure that your work is aligned with the client's vision, and it will foster an approval and keep your client engaged. So in most cases, developers, I know because I'm a developer from the beginning, we don't want to talk a lot. We just say, okay, I start and I do the next update when the project is finished. Better to do it a bit a different way. And for example, if the project is little, of course, like of 2 days, it's not necessary to do an update each hour. But if the project is more than 10 days, it's normal to give an update each 2-3 days with relevant and important information, such as what you have done so far and what are the next steps. And don't be afraid to ask questions if you have during the project. There are different types of clients that are really communicative and asking questions and suggesting. And I had even clients that were programmers, so they can even code. But there are clients that are medium involved, and they're just answering your questions and giving the information you need. And some clients that are not involved at all. I will show you some example of later on of the communication with these clients that don't answer. And I have a tools of project management that I'm using internally with my team members, because in some projects we have 7 people working on one project, and we need to be in line with everybody. So we use tools such as Trello. As you can see here, we have different boards and tasks for developers, for designers, so everybody can know what has been done so far. And we are using Jira. Here, it's more for tracking the hours and super nice system, but it's kind of expensive, and for big projects to keep the team knowing what's happening. In Fiverr, I'm strongly recommend to use Milestones. This is super nice when you have large projects, and this way you can know what the progress and the performance of the project. You can see how it's going. So you put, as in this example, script writing, storyboard, and final delivery. So you get paid after each part is done. So very, very, very nice system. And let's talk about troubleshooting. It's very important, like in any part of the project can be unexpected, and it's important to know how to talk, how to troubleshoot, and what to do in these cases. So here I received an order, even though I had my brief and everything. This client didn't contact me, put an order, and just wrote, as you can see, this text DFFU. So it's just a nonsense. And was passing the time, 1 day, 2 days, it's coming the time for delivery, and I'm not getting any information. So I'm writing messages and no answer. What did I do in this case? I wrote a message to Resolution Center, and the Fiverr team helped me. They contacted this person didn't answer, and this order was canceled. It didn't ruin my reputation, nothing, because it was not my fault. Of course, I didn't get the money for this project, but it's super easy to fix the problems here. And very important to have clear scope of the project before starting to execute it. But even if we did a great planning, the scope of the project can change during the execution. It can be dangerous because the project can drift and miss deadlines. What to do in these cases? Again, you go to Resolution Center and you can extend the delivery. As you can see, in this case, I extended delivery 5 times, and it was like 3 months in total. It was not my fault. The client was making some manufacturing in China, and because of COVID, they didn't receive the products. So it was time always extending. But in the end, I got a tip, and the project was delivered, and I got a 5-star review. So also don't be afraid to extend the time, but you need to write to the client before, like 2 days before, with explanation, and everything will be all right. Now let's talk about language barrier. It's a very interesting topic, and like why manager of project is so important role. Like it doesn't matter that you work in the huge company or you're all in one team, the developer, tester, manager, designer, all in one. There always will be a language barrier between you and a client or between team members. Why? It's not because you speak different languages. It's because people speak different dialects of English. There is marketing speak, executive speak, investor, product manager, finance, and my favorite one is developer speak. In this image, I will show how different people, different departments understand and explain the same task. So you can see that the customer explain one thing, the lead of the project here and other thing, and the designer do third thing, the programmer it's creating the super different project, the same with the designer, the customer service support, everything is super different. And in the end, you see that what customer needed. So even customer could not explain well what he needs. So crazy important to ask questions, to to understand super detailed what client needs. And let's see some examples of how developers talk to clients, and sometimes how it should be translated, which words we need to use to talk to clients. Because they are most of 99%, they don't know the slang of developers. So as an example here, for example, this is not happening on my local host. It means that client, for example, says something, I have an error, and the developer doesn't see it in the local machine while coding. And the developer is just saying, not happening on my local host. So how it should be, how the developer should say to the client, hey, I cannot fix it now. I even don't know what the problem is. Can you please share more details, some screenshots, steps, so I can reproduce this error and I will check it. Thank you. So one message, one sentence of developer slang should be translated like this. And I had an example talking to one of my clients, and the client had a problem on the client side, and me or other developers didn't. So what we ask should be the cache, and we ask which machine the client has, which browser, and then we helped to find an error where the client can disable cache or to see exact errors so we can find the problem. And the delivery time, the most excited part of the project. You should deliver only when the job is complete. And you should, when you deliver it, please write the final message of what has been done and add the image of the work. This will help you for the next customers that will open your profile to see your work examples and the image, what can be better, no? Then thank buyer for the order, and explain that communication is not finished, and if something happened, client always can be back to you and ask any questions they have. So provide this little extra support, and you will be rewarded with tips, with the new orders, future orders of the client, or the client will suggest you to their friends. And this way of providing the amazing quality, amazing communication, you will grow your portfolio, you will get new experiences, and it's exactly what you need to grow your company. So when you finish everything, just the next step is to celebrate, is the little victory. So be happy. It's an amazing, and this way you will get more and more and more orders and grow super fast. So thank you guys, and let me know if you have any questions. Happy to answer.
Thank you very much, Daria, for a wonderful presentation. I see a lot of positive reactions in our chat. A lot of people said thank you and that you explained it pretty well. So good. And it's proven to be helpful. Now we can move to the Q&A session. The Q&A session will be hosted by Daria and by Chagai, who is the vertical manager for the programming and tech. So this can bring sellers more closer to Fiverr employees in terms of getting to know who's the person behind the sellers. Chagai, are you with us?
Yep. Hey, what's up?
Great.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Maybe I should start with a remark or a comment about the questions, some of the questions that I saw in the Q&A and the chat. I saw a lot of concerns about gig ranking and gig positioning. This is not related directly to what we do here. And maybe Daria can share some things that she does do on her profile if she wants, but it's not related directly to what we do here. So we'll push those questions to the end. And if Daria would choose to kind of give you some tips of her own, that would be great. And if not, I encourage you to approach our support team and ask them all of your questions. We have a wonderful starting question from Bernice, and she's asking, are there any tips for writing a great project brief? What are the points that absolutely need to be covered?
Yes, for the project brief, first just fundamental questions that you need to ask to continue. It's super important. Like an example of the websites is which platform, yes, because there are super different platforms. So you need to ask the client, okay, do you want to put a blog, or you want to edit everything by yourself, or it just the managing of the product? So depends on these questions, you can suggest one or other platform, and from there you go to other questions as, do you need a logo? If yes, you can offer again your services, or you can make a team, find a team in Fiverr with other developers, so they will help you to create a logo, to create a content, and just to make a team of everybody there to help the client to do the job. And any details you need to work with the client and to provide the best service, as you know, or if you already have an experience, you know these little details that need to ask to a client, and it really will help you to understand the needs. And as I mentioned, that after this webinar, the Fiverr team will share some examples of wording and what you need to ask to clients. So don't worry, it's covered.
Yeah, Chagai, maybe you can add some things that we are going to share, or add something that you want to say to sellers about this matter, how to brief buyers.
Yes, so hey, what's up? I can elaborate about the briefs. That it is very important to mention at the beginning and to request everything that you need to the project to be successful. Try to think at the beginning to raise anything that will not cause any delay at the long run, and the following of the questions. And even it will be great if you can specify after the first communication, when do you need and what kind of assets. We will share, as Daria mentioned, and we will share at the end of the webinar, along with the summary, the recommended questions for a requirement, like the brief from the buyers that you can add to your gigs, and then it's kind of cover the stuff that we could think of. Of course, each platform or each type of project might require the specification that will be a bit different, but that can be the basic for starting. And of course, if anything else is required, you can start and continue and ask it later on.
Another important question that someone asked about a certain university. So they asked if a degree from a certain university is enough to sell on Fiverr as a programming and tech seller. And I think that we need to kind of address that in terms of the expectations or the knowledge that sellers should have and the credentials in order to sell on Fiverr. Maybe Chagai can start this one, and Daria can add up if she has anything to share.
Yeah, so when it comes to your experience and education or actual experience, we don't have any kind of limitation at the beginning to start your journey at Fiverr. But having said that, it's very important to have some stuff on your profile that will show and that will be kind of a proof to buyers that they should choose you because you are experiencing that or have a degrees or any other kind of education. So that can be maybe a barrier or a fact that can impact a bit of a conversion. But of course, you can start serving your and provide your services on the platform if you learn some stuff at the university, or even if you had a practical experience from your day-to-day job or even from your hobbies. If you learn how to program and you are experienced in HTML, you can provide services with HTML. As long as you will gain more experience on the platform and add your background to the platform, you may have more and more orders.
Yeah. Okay. So I would
one comment. One comment about that, and I also saw that in the Q&A about the program, that it's worth to mention that we do have a pro program that is relevant for a buyer that passed our handpicked and verification. So in this program, we verify sellers that have the relevant experience, relevant education, experience not just as a developer. We reviewed like this 360 of a seller, along with online presence, and if it's a company or a studio, and experience and education and proven projects as well. And yeah, for that, definitely we do need to see some actual and proof for your quality work. And once your seller pass this journey, you get the pro badge and have the benefits of participating in this program. And of course, you're all welcome to apply. If you search under Fiverr Pro, there's an application form that you should fill. The team will review it.
And I also would like to add some comments that actually university, what I think is not that important. For example, in the my ex-work, a huge company that I had a lot of developers, they studied, I don't know, chemistry or some other topics not connected to computers at all, and they become a professional. So in this case, your reviews, your experience, your work examples, I think it's more important than just to write, or maybe you can put some, oh, I was in university, but the real work and the real quality, this is what's the best for anybody.
Yeah. So to sum up, I would say that it's very, very important to be well educated or capable in providing the services that you provide. A specific degree from a specific university isn't what matters. What matters is that you provide high quality service. So if you start with small steps and gain yourself through that and educate yourself throughout the process of selling. So start with the tasks that you are absolutely 100% sure that you will be able to provide good service at. So it's not about the degree, it's more about the education process and what you can provide. That's my position. I want to refer to one important thing before moving to the next question. A lot of sellers refer to the fact that you were talking with buyers on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp example is a private client that Daria was working with. Yes. It's not a buyer via Fiverr. She wasn't talking on WhatsApp with Fiverr buyers, because this is not allowed. It's against our terms of service. I hope this is clear now.
Yeah, I want to add that, yes, I have a company with our lawyers, with our team contracts, we sign contracts and all this. So there, yes, we communicate outside. Fiverr, it's only on Fiverr messaging. So this is super important to mention. And I was telling about frauds and stuff. So there is the only way to communicate with the clients.
So maybe the next question can be related to what we referred. And someone asked what to do when you have the need to talk with a customer to show him some things that are not possible in messaging chat. And I would say that this refers to maybe a complex issue that you want to show to your buyers. So my suggestion would be screenshots, but maybe Daria can expand on that.
Yes, how I communicate, sometimes clients send me documents, Word documents with their questions, and I reply with the same document, inserting there my comments and the screenshots of, for example, how to do things, how to change this, where to go, and with the arrows, all this explanation is going there. Also, sometimes maybe some images or making the video of your screen, so to show where to pick or what to do. This is the way how I communicate things, that like everything you can do this way. There is nothing you cannot explain like on the messaging platform.
Okay, cool. Now a question for Hagai and then for Daria. You can add up, I think, because the question is, can you tell some of the business trends that you see in programming and tech? I want to know what are the opportunities Fiverr offers for you?
Sure. So when it comes to programming and tech, I can share that since the COVID started and a lot of people are staying at home and a lot of employees are working from home, we see a lot of more and more businesses online. Websites, e-commerce, online stores. So we see huge trends in those kind of services. A lot of it starts with, of course, create your online presence. If it's a branding, but also from programming point, creation of a website, but also redesign the websites, make them a bit more, maybe change the platform to something more stable, maybe create transfer a business website to online store. It may require that to switch the platform, maybe to Shopify or to WooCommerce, or add a lot of stuff. So it comes to creation of websites and also online store and customization. And now, it's so make sure their sites are live and working as expected, no bugs, because bugs may cause lose a lot of money because it's a hot season. So a lot of buyers take care of their performance and security. Other than that, we see a lot of tech services that related to like more personal stuff, like in the gaming world. A lot of people starting work from home as streamers, for example, and build their stream channels. So it required software setup, etc. We see so a lot of in the gaming world. Last thing is actual software engineering, when some companies are looking for remote developers, not to hire right now, but to use freelancers on Fiverr to complete projects as a part of the dev team. So that's another channel that is working right now.
Thanks, Hagai. Daria, do you see some of the trends that Hagai were talking about? I'm sure that e-commerce is something that you see more now, but am I correct?
Yes, I can see it now. Like before, it was more personal blogs or something, and now the e-commerce is going up because everybody are selling their products using the affiliates or something, the reselling. So this is the since everybody going online and looking for opportunities to earn money with COVID is very difficult. So people reselling, redoing, and the websites of e-commerce, it's just going up, 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 and up. Also, what I see that when I do websites, a lot of people asking, oh, I need also, I don't know, social media, I need the videos, I need other types like everything, branding. So I started in Fiverr only with the WordPress development, and then I like clients ask me for this and this and that and that. So I created much more gigs because they're needed. And I guess this is the best way.
Yeah, but I think it kind of refers to the question about the education. It's very, very important that you understand the business, or you want to go with the offering the services if you're not an expert in it. So if you want to kind of catch a business trend and you're looking for expanding the services, but you're not a real expert for digital marketing, for example, like Daria is, so maybe pair up with people who are, and make sure to I don't know, refer to more services that buyers may ask. Another question. When you deliver the product, are you attaching a source code in the delivery?
This is depends. If, for example, it's some images or something, then yes, I do PSD files, add source code. For programming, I give an access, admin access for the clients, so I don't really need to give the source code. They already have an access because it's in the cloud or in the servers somewhere. So they always have an access because it's their property, it's their project. I'm just a developer there.
Okay. Another good question. Can you tell us the basic steps for website design? Like what should we ask buyers if they don't have a sample wireframe, etc.?
The easiest way to start is, for example, which websites they like, because there they see which sections they need, which information they want to put. The sections, the basic structure is the first one. Like, for example, you need to think about the wireframe, what to put, where to put, how to do this. Then you can ask about an idea of the project. And this is more deep, but there are different studies and psychology behind the design, behind the colors, behind the shapes. So depends on these, you can think which color to suggest might be, yes, which typography, which shapes of the, if it's psychology website, maybe some circles, yes, maybe if it's financial, it's squares, etc. So depends on what the client needs. Ask the questions more, what you want to put there, because they need to have a vision of what they want. If they don't, you need to help them to get this vision. But anyways, the client should give you the information, because if not, they will just decline or something. You need to make all the steps clear.
Yes, and I can add to that. What do you like, this or this, and then this or this. It will be very helpful to understand the buyer, type of design that he likes. Visual.
Also, for example, if it's a WordPress website and you know the topic, for example, finance, you can go to check some themes that are already created, and you can share to your customer, okay, I have these examples, can you tell me which do you like the best? So, and from there, it's your base to create something new and unique for your client.
Okay, great. Another question that I saw here that was pretty interesting, but I lost it. Wait, here. Okay. I'm having a great response from Fiverr promotion. Although I see a great traffic and potential clients reaching out, the conversion is not the best. Most of them are in the conception phase of the projects. What do you suggest in order to improve? I would say maybe adjusting your services or refining the descriptions to make it clearer, but I don't know. Chagai, Daria, what do you say?
So yeah, it's a lot of try and catch. Like we have, and it's important to mention that we have all kinds and types of buyers on the platforms. So you shouldn't give up when 1 or 2 or 5 customers doesn't convert, because maybe those weren't looking for the same stuff that you suggest, and it might come. In another manner, it's very important to explain and be as transparent as you can in the gig description and title. And a lot, we see a lot of like unclear gigs in the marketplace that even if we read them, we see that it's we get confused. So of course we have buyers that will get confused as well. It should be as clear as you can. That will be very important that the buyer will understand exactly what and how he will get the delivery, and of course the delivery time, etc. But yeah, so clearness and transparent. And after you have some communication with buyers, maybe you can, of course, adjust the topic of the gigs and maybe expand your portfolios and have more gigs that are relevant to what buyers are requesting. But keep in mind that we do have all kinds and types of buyers, really a variety of industries, business sizes, life cycle of a business, etc. Yeah. So, yeah, Daria, maybe anything else?
Yes, I have something to add. As I mentioned before, that there is a super nice course, free one in Fiverr about the sellers, how to become the great seller. So their explanation of which wording to use in description, which colors, for example, exactly mine gigs are super colorful. They are pumping up from everybody, so you want to click there. When you're entering, I write that yes, I'm an expert, yes, what you will get is super clear, and the reviews and the images that I add as a deliveries, all my websites are colorful, are nice, and people, when they write to me, they are even willing to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month to work. And this is super interesting, because like 1 month of waiting, not just, and it's from the first message. Yeah. And they're also very important, like some kind of messaging of I don't know, I want to bring your vision to life, and to, I don't know, to do the best possible result. So the client will read this and like, okay, yes, I want this. And maybe you add some extras. Okay, you want a website? Also, I can do the amazing SEO and some other things. And or you have already your website. I can improve it because I checked on these metrics. It can be improved. So people see your expertise already, and yes, they would convert 100%.
So what you say.
Right. So development skills is not enough. We need to be salesmen as well.
Yeah, exactly. So branding and marketing is very, very important. So you need to kind of not only describe your services clearly, but also engage buyers, call to action, all of those marketing tips that marketers know. Go to Fiverr, use a marketing guy or a content writer to kind of go the descriptions to make sure that they're more engaging. I want to be respectful of time, so I don't want to continue, although we have super engaging questions. So I want to say sorry for not reaching out to them. We have 54 open questions. That is a lot. But I want to end this session by quoting an anonymous attendee about this session, saying, "Thank you, Daria. This was super insightful and very useful to understand how to talk to potential clients." So I want to add to that and say thank you very much, Daria, for sharing your experience and for your wonderful presentation, and obviously for your time. And thank you, Chagai, for joining the Q&A, helping sellers to understand a bit more about Fiverr.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Daria.
Thank you, guys. Super happy to be a part of this amazing family, Fiverr family.
Thank you very much, Daria. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.